pick the right body shop. Pick somebody that really knows what they're doing. Do not go to Joey Bag of Donuts Body Shop and Backyard Barbecue.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Airing of Grievances. I'm Eric Reamer. This is Robert Grieve, and we are so glad that you are here. Now, if this is your first time joining us, we especially want to say welcome. And if you see something that you like here, we'd appreciate it if you give a big thumbs up. That helps the YouTube algorithm figure out who to share this with and send it off to more people. And in the event that you are here for not the first time, but maybe you're just one of our family regulars, we really thank you for that. We love hanging out on a Saturday morning or whatever time you're watching this, and so we appreciate you for being here. And Rob, happy Saturday to you.
Happy Saturday to you.
Absolutely. So tell me, if you will, please, Rob, what's on your mind for today, and what are we going to talk about?
Well, I found an interesting article from Aftermarket Matters,
Okay.
referencing the number of crashes that could be avoided if drivers left car safety features on. Why don't they?
Well, that's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Because cars have all kinds of safety features these days.
Lots and lots of them.
Right.
And they hide them in all different fancy areas.
And according to the headline, it sounds like some people are turning them off.
Yep, they're annoying. They feel like they give them false warnings. I have not experienced false warnings, but I guess other people have. I mean, if you're going over the lines and the thing is constantly, beeping at you or whatever, I suppose that could be annoying.
There are many memes out there, and I may find one to post right here. About that little stick on the side of your steering wheel, that thing. You should probably use that. Turn signal.
Crazy stuff. So apparently Erie Insurance did a national survey and found that a significant portion of U.S. drivers turned off or disabled features designed to make their cars safer. Right out of the box, please don't turn these things off. They're there to help you. Right. The amount of R&D, research and design and testing that has gone into them to try to keep you safe or aware of your surroundings, or the things that you can't see, they're kind of important. I was a little annoyed yesterday.
Were you?
Yeah, at Travelers Insurance.
Sorry to hear that.
They totally upset me because of the way they're treating the guest, and it's a long-time guest, and I went home and I was mad. And
that's probably
when you're mad, you maybe get a little distracted.
Yeah. And
the traffic was not cooperating. There were people just doing stupid stuff, and I'm driving a 2011 Jeep Wrangler.
Okay.
So it doesn't have any of the crazy safety stuff.
Oh, you don't have all kinds of stuff on your...
No, to remind me to calm down and pay attention to what I'm doing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get around this guy. And I hit my blinker and I went to go like this because there was nothing in the mirror. But I looked behind me in the back window and I nearly ran into him.
Yeah.
These things are there to help us.
Absolutely.
And, turning them off doesn't really help you. And let's talk about some of the things. Leaving automated emergency braking on could have reduced front-end crashes by 60%, resulting in 16,000 fewer crashes.
Wow. I mean, that's not a small number.
This is just one small insurance company. This is not a gigantic insurance company.
This is just their sample.
This is their sample, and they're saying 16,000 fewer crashes if people would just leave on the automated emergency braking.
Wow.
Lane departure.
Oh yeah, I deal with that one every day.
Yeah. Could have reduced single vehicle side swipes, head-on crashes by 14%, or 8,000 fewer crashes. And the blind spot monitor, which I find is pretty helpful.
Sure.
Because it's looking at something that may not be in your mirror.
Right.
Leaving the blind spot monitoring could have reduced lane change crashes by 15%, or about 1,000 fewer types of crashes. So, these products are there for you, and we have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is almost mandated to get a 5-star safety crash rating. There's a lot that goes into having these features on the car. You're paying for it with the expense of the vehicle.
Sure.
And by the way, if you crash your car, there's a chance I'm going to make money. Don't crash your car.
Don't crash your car. Yeah. This removes your motive for this conversation. But now, Rob, is this just a case of old dogs, new tricks?
In some cases.
Or what motivates people to want to turn these things off?
Well, adaptive cruise control.
That's
a lot of the
slows you down if you're coming up on the back end of somebody.
Yeah, if you have it in cruise and
right.
You're going 60 miles an hour down the road and the guy in front of you is only doing 55.
Right.
It's going to keep that distance.
Right.
Or some variation of that.
Yep.
And what the respondents said is, I want to control the vehicle, not have the vehicle control itself.
I get that.
I understand that. Many of you probably only remember when cars either didn't have seat belts,
right,
or they had them and there was no law that you had to use them.
Right.
And when somebody forced us to wear seat belts, the revolt that happened.
Oh yeah.
I'm not wearing seat belts. All the rest of that
sure.
stuff. Well, here we are, kind of again.
Something
we've got this stuff
to
yeah. keep you safe,
yeah,
and protect you, and yeah. So, and I get it. My wife's Lexus, when she backs into the garage, beep 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 beep.
Yeah.
Because the sonar in the bumper.
Yep.
Is seeing that it's close to a garage door and it doesn't want or a garage opening.
Yeah.
And doesn't want you to hit it.
Right.
It's warning you.
Yeah.
Well,
if you back in every day, that gets annoying.
Annoying.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But how about the person that's backing out of the garage, that their lift gate is up and they're hearing this beep 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 beep, and they're just used to it being the ultrasonic, sensor saying you're close to something, but we rip our tailgate off because it hits the top of the garage door.
Not only does that happen,
it happens.
We've seen it.
It happens.
Yeah. Wow.
So the things that are going beep 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 beep, they're doing it for a reason.
Sure.
If you turn them off, no, they're not going to beep anymore.
Yeah.
But you may have wished that you had them turned back on. Or maybe not for you, for somebody else to happen to be driving your car.
We were talking just prior to this, and another thing that my car, I drive a 2019 Hyundai, right? And my car, and I keep all the safety things on, all the alerts. So when I've got a 2-lane left turn lane, and I'm in the right-hand lane of the left-hand turn lanes, and I turn my signal on, it recognizes there's a car next to me and alerts me that I'm trying to turn into that lane, which I'm not. But I allow that to go on because it keeps me alert.
Yeah.
And I want to be alert. I want to. If I turn that off, then when I do need it, it's not telling me the information.
Exactly. And with these lane departure stuff, if you just turn your blinker on,
yeah,
the car knows you're intending to make that move.
That's right.
If you don't, and you just try to make that move, then the car doesn't understand and it thinks there's something going wrong. Yeah. They're pretty well thought out, these things.
You bet.
But then we have instances where it's not working and you want it to work.
What do you mean?
Well, we had an interesting phone call from a guest that was trying to get their car fixed at a dealer because they were getting a warning on their dashboard about the blind spot monitor. not functioning.
Oh.
And he took it to the dealer. The dealer looked at it and said, yeah, no, this is not for us. You need to take it to a body shop. So he called us, and we thought that was interesting that the dealer didn't want to touch it.
You would think they'd be interested in a piece of
in
their
assisting,
hardware
in
malfunctioning.
assisting in something like that. So we said, yeah, come on down. We're going to plug in our Lexus scanner into it and see if we can figure out what's going on for you. And so here's a picture of the quarter panel. This is the rear, because the blind spot monitors are in the rear, usually under the bumper, sometimes in the tail light.
Okay.
You know. So it doesn't look too bad, but if you take another closer look, you can see somebody has done what we call a repair attempt.
Can we call it mangled?
Yeah, it's
That has more acne than I did at 15.
yeah, it's rough. And once I walked out and saw that, I knew exactly what was going on.
Oh no!
Because when you see damage like that there, that's damage caused from it folding from underneath the bumper.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we plugged the scanner in and found that it had lost communication. These blind spot monitors are very delicate. You know, if we're taking a car apart for paint work or something and happen to unplug it and drop it for some reason, it goes in the garbage. That's $1,000.
Ooh.
Because they're very, very delicate.
Okay.
And this thing took a good hit right where this blind spot monitor is, probably jolted it and said, threw the light on, and that was that. Wow. So we decided just to see exactly how bad it was underneath the bumper, and he said, okay, let's, pull the bumper cover back a little bit. And so now we can see the extent of the damage.
Okay.
You see down here at the bottom and up there, and towards the top in the rear, you'll see the blind spot monitor.
There it is, yep.
Well, that's mounted onto something that is bent, and it cannot be reading correctly because 1 or 2 degrees off in how it's mounted.
Yep.
It's not going to see what it's intended to see properly.
Right.
And so there's a lot going on here, and I think the moral of that story is, pick the right body shop. Pick somebody that really knows what they're doing. Do not go to Joey Bag of Donuts Body Shop and Backyard Barbecue because this is what you're going to get. And this is a person that wants their blind spot monitor to work properly, and there's no chance until repairs are done here that is going to work as designed. And many times, there, it's horrible to say, but there's body shops out there that do this sort of stuff and give you a sense that that's good enough.
Send you on your way.
And you go down the road and stuff is, what if it didn't throw a warning light on the dash, but it's still not seeing correctly because it's not aligned correctly?
Yeah, if you get
you're not getting
information.
you're not getting the information you need from the system as it's designed. And be very particular on who you take your car to get it repaired. And that's what I have for today.
Well, I'll tell you what. I still can't get over how the guest drove away with the quarter panel looking the way that it did.
Maybe that was good enough for them. They didn't want to deal with the insurance company. I don't blame them. I don't want to deal with them either.
Yeah.
But that's a fact of life if you want to get it, if you want to get it done properly.
Yeah.
Well, they spent a few bucks, made it to them, I guess, presentable.
Yeah.
But there was never an association. As a novice, not knowing anything about all this stuff, if you just get in the car and there's a blind spot monitor warning,
right? Take it to the dealer.
Does everybody know where their blind spot monitors are and why they might be going off?
I think most people don't.
He never associated the blind spot problem with the repair in the quarter panel. And why would you? Because you don't work on these cars.
Right. Right.
So make sure that when you pick somebody that works on cars, you're picking somebody that's really reputable and understands. A simple pre and post scan, which I'm sure wasn't done either, would have assisted.
All right, class. So what did we learn today? We learned that if you have a question about your technology that's not working, make sure that you choose the proper place to assess it and give you information. And second of all, don't turn off the technology that is there to assist you. That's probably the most important news that we can give you today. Rob, thank you for your time. Thanks for being here for us. Happy Saturday to you.
To you and to you. Have an amazing week.